Hello there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today I'll be giving a first-time reaction to a singer-songwriter named Katie Pruitt. We're going to be checking out two of Katie's songs back to back, which should give us a roundabout idea of who she is and what her sound is like. We'll start off with the song Georgia, then jump into Grace Has a Gun. For me, I'm super excited to check this out today because I love discovering new artists, new songs. Really, that is like the entire point of my channel, is to share my musical journey with you and discover new amazing artists along the way. And I have Paul to thank, or Paul the Grooving rather, to thank for showing me Katie today. Thank you very much, Paul. Your donation request is much appreciated, and Paul dedicates this to Billy. Now, let's just jump into the music. A beautiful finger style.
And I think of Georgia, I think of you.
That's warm.
High as a kite in the second pew. You're my best friend, the light of my youth, and the only one back then that knew the whole truth.
There's a warmth to her voice. I love the slight breathiness. It's very deliberate yet casual, and all the while she's doing the finger style thing, outlining the chords in a unique way, keeping us moving forward. And I also love the way that some singers end their phrases. The way Katie did it, she's like da-na-bew, da-na-bew, da-da-dew, kind of letting the last syllables escape.
Knew the whole truth.
True.
'Cause if I told my mom,
We got a
she would
cello.
scream at the top of her lungs,
Okay.
saying I don't belong, I don't belong. Sure hope she's wrong. I wanted to be honest, I wanted to be brave. If my grandmother knew, she would roll in her grave.
The cello adds so much emotional depth.
My father would scream, he'd scream out in rage. She did not want a daughter whose soul wasn't saved. He thought if I told the world, they would not see me as the same girl. They'd say I don't belong. I don't belong.
Wait, that harmony there.
I don't belong.
That is emotional.
That's where he's wrong.
Oh, that pull off right there. Why is that so satisfying? Dude, I will fall in love with any song that has strings. This is so tasteful.
There is a place past the Georgia It'll just take some time till love it belongs to all humankind. Oh, 'cause I tell the world and they still saw me as the same girl. They listen to my songs and they made me feel like I belong. Yeah, they made me feel like I belong. Oh, Georgia, you were wrong.
Georgia, you were wrong. Wow. Dude, I'm so impressed by the emotion in that. And though I'm not from Georgia, like I visited Georgia and like I don't have any true roots in Georgia or any nostalgia necessarily about Georgia, I can feel its essence through Katie's voice, through what she's speaking on, and the the chords produced from the strings, all four of them, because I mean maybe even five if you count the voice as a string instrument, because you have the voice, the guitar, then both are string instruments. We'll, use that, take that at face value. Then we had that cello, the violin, and I guess the viola as well. All of that together created these really rich moments, again, filmed with warmth. And I don't even know why that adjective initially came to me, because, Georgia geographically is in a warmer place in the United States compared to like the North, for example. And I perceive Georgia to be very warm. So it's just interesting to have that kind of mapping in terms of the song title and the overall vibe produced from this instrumentation, because it's highly atmospheric, highly introspective, very, very tender. I like there was a moment, a bit of pizzicato in there where they're plucking the strings and the pausing, adding emotional weight where you didn't feel like it could be added because there was so much already. It's just a very standout and simple performance, which I'm appreciative of. And interestingly, it seems like they're all doing this remotely. So my speculation is that this was performed during the pandemic, which is actually so interesting because I just did a reaction to a band called Nothing But Thieves, who were also doing performances in this manner, where they were remote and performing from a distance because of the pandemic. This is a beautiful song. Let's check out the next one, shall we?
Boy, you better start running, 'cause Grace has a gun.
Let's turn her up.
She's not fooling around, she don't keep it for fun. Make sure you approach her with a bulletproof vest.
'Cause she's like always ready to.
'Cause when you piss her off, she'll aim right for your chest.
Extremely pugnacious.
Whoa, whoa.
I was thinking, this randomly came into my mind, not that there's any relation other than the title here, Grace Has a Gun, but there was a Tori Amos song that I did a reaction to titled Me and a Gun. And then there was a recent Bad Flower reaction that I did to a song titled Teacher Has a Gun. Interesting. It's a bit of, I guess, association that I'm having.
Whoa. And when
don't believe in her brother, she'll make you her fool. So her brother is like gassing her up, but really she'll like kind of switch up on you later.
Don't believe in her brother, she'll make you her fool. And damn, you can love her above any other on earth. But boy, that won't fix her, you'll just make it worse.
Yeah, wow.
Whoa,
Wow. Dude, her voice. Oh, slide it up. Yeah. A guitar solo.
She don't believe in a heaven.
Grace has a lot of things going on with her. Wish Grace well. You know, there was a line earlier about like fixing her, and it's funny because there was this like very popular meme that was going around, and maybe it still goes around nowadays, but if somebody posts themselves online and they proclaim themselves to be extremely mentally ill, but that woman also happens to be extremely attractive, or let's say that woman like did something terrible, like truly like criminal and evil, a bunch of the guys in the comments will go, "Don't worry guys, I can fix her. I can fix her," because she is just that amazing, that beautiful to them. And you know, it's in jest, but also a lot of the times there's these staggeringly obvious red flags in somebody who you would want to love them, you truly do, and maybe you actually do, and you care for them, but they don't want to accept your love because of whatever reasons. And we don't have to go into the whole like reasons as to why, emotionally, developmentally, with trauma, any number of potential sources for Grace to be as combative as she is, and maybe less in tune with what love could look like in a healthy way. Rather, she views it as more of a toxic kind of exchange. And it's the ultimate tragedy because there were people out there that would love her truly, but the treatment that she puts out there into the world, her own behavior is flying right in the face of that love that she has available. And if we think about it from the other perspective, because I've been in relationships and some of them came apart because of my own immaturity. Others fell apart because of the other individual's immaturity, and usually it's a combination of the two. But something that is very hard to bridge is if somebody is just not on your team. That's really what it is. They have different ideas of how to live life. Everybody is doing their level best to go through life the best way that they can, but they may have different ideas of how to do that. And somebody who you can collaborate with through those differences is somebody who you can build love with, share love with. If you're on different pages and you remain on those different pages and ego keeps you apart, and now your outlashes are angry or violent or whatever it may be, just destructive, really, it seems to be like there's a clock on that relationship, or you're going to be subject to something very toxic for an extremely long period of time. See, like, I didn't know the reasons, but, right, they come up, they emerge.
On her arms mean that she's in control.
Yeah.
You thought you could convince her that it's all in her head, till you come home one night and the walls painted red.
Power in her voice.
'Cause Grace has a gun, and she don't even care about the damage she's done.
Oh. See, that's the thing. It's just so ultimately tragic. And here at the beginning, I was thinking, like, this gun is all about, you know, pointing it at others, which she's kind of doing, but as a almost defensive response to the way that she's feeling inside. And in the end, she's turning that gun onto herself because she can't contend with the amount of inner turmoil she's facing, right? She references the scars on her wrist? I don't know how that was spoken about. I think it was she's in control of the scars on her arm, something like that. And that is such an interesting framing, because with depression, like, I have never experienced that level of depression where I've wanted to harm myself. So take everything that I'm going to say with a grain of salt. And to my understanding, there is a relief in being able to control the pain that you're feeling by inflicting it onto yourself. And that is, I think, what she's referencing here with her being able to control that aspect of who she is, because otherwise maybe in her life everything else seems out of control. And when that happens, we face many existential crises. We don't know our place in the world. We feel like we are of little value. Our self-esteem declines, and all of these negative externalities that would have previously not bothered us are now impacting us in very, very tangible ways. And that's why, on this channel, I preach peace, love, and positivity, because you never know what somebody else is going through, and to be peaceful within the self and share that peace with others, even in the small ways that we can, it can move the needle in the positive direction. Even if we don't see the results bear out explicitly, we don't have the direct before and after the treatment effect, we can still know that we did a good thing. We were peaceful in a moment where we could have been violent. We were positive when we could have been negative. We were more loving when we could have been more hateful. And that is just speaking as the individual, because in a society, we are all here to improve one another. We are here to seek help from those who are there to help us. We are there to help others who need our help, whether they know it explicitly or not, whether we know it explicitly or not. That's kind of what keeps this whole thing together. That's a bit of what they refer to as the fabric of society. And that's why being kind whenever we can, that means a lot. That goes farther than you expect. I can say that for my examples, anecdotally, I know that in my life, I've struggled with various depressions and being sad, not to this level of self-harm, but even in self-destructive ways. And in those moments, you just wish somebody else understood you and cared to and showed you that patience and love and understanding. And the thing is, at the end of the day, we are always in a relationship with ourselves. So the person that we need to respond to is ourselves. The relationship we need to uphold and care for the most is who we are. we can cultivate that over the long run, I think we're set up for a more fulfilling life, and I think that extrapolates in society. So if you can come away with anything from this reaction, just say one nice thing to somebody in your life. I think that's all I'd like to leave this on. Thank you for the request today. I enjoyed listening to Katie. I think she has a remarkably powerful voice, very beautiful, and these songs melodically just really captivate me. So I'd definitely be down to do more Katie Pruitt reactions on the channel. So if you're interested in making a reaction request yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.